students, and welcome back to the video lecture series of web programming. Today's topic is JavaScript array. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Rawal. So let us start with overview of what do you mean by an array. You have learned what is an array in every programming language. Array is basically a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. You know that when you declare a variable, you can assign only one value at a time, right? What if you want one variable name, but under that variable name you want multiple values to hold, right? In such a case, you know that you can use array. Why there is a need of an array? Because for example, you have 3 cars and you want to store these 3 cars in some sort of variable. You can declare 3 variables for 3 cars, car 1, car 2, car 3, and you can assign separate values for each variable. It is okay if you have 3 cars, but what if the car is not 3? The number of cars are not 3, but they are 300. You will have to write 300 variable names and you have to assign every variable individual car names, right? So this is a little tedious task and this is logically also not correct. So instead of that, the solution is array, in which you can have a single variable name, that is cars, and inside this variable you can declare as many as car values as possible, right? And you can access, if you want to access any particular car, you know that because array is starting its index number from 0. So the first value that you store in the array, that will be assigned which index number? 0, and accordingly in the increasing manner 1, 2, 3, the other values that you assign, right? So you can access any data from that array using the index number. So this was a little overview about array that you are already aware of. The thing is, in this lecture we are going to learn how to declare an array in JavaScript. So for that you need to understand that there are basically 3 ways in which you can create an array in JavaScript. The first way to create an array in JavaScript is using array literal. So here you can see that when I want to create array using array literal, it means you have to write var keyword, you have to write some sort of name. So here you can see that I have written var array name. Array name is a variable name, is equal to, in square bracket you have to write values comma separated, and the statement ends with semicolon. This is known as declaring the JavaScript array using array literal, right? So when you want to declare JavaScript array using this literal method, what you need to do? You have to write var, you have to write the array name is equal to, in square bracket you can write values comma separated. So here you can see in the example that in script tag I have var emp is my array variable name, is equal to, in square bracket I have written 3 values comma separated, right? So this Sunu will be taking 0th index, Vimal will be taking 1st index, and Ratan will be taking 2nd index. 0, 1, 2 are the indexes assigned. If I want to iterate in this array, you know that in any programming language, if you want to iterate through this array or through array, you need to have any sort of loop. Every loop that you have written in C is also supported in JavaScript exactly in the same format, that is exactly in the same syntax. So if you want to use for loop, you are writing the exact same loop that you have written in C, right? So here you can see that for I is equal to 0. So I is any variable. Because JavaScript is an untyped language, you don't need to declare this variable I before using it, right? You can use this variable as many times as possible. Whatever value you are assigning to this variable, at that particular time this variable will be of that particular data type. So here I am writing I is equal to 0. So I is basically of which data type? Currently it is of data type number, right? So for I is equal to 0, that is my initialization, semicolon, then I am comparing that till what I want to iterate this loop. I have a property called length for my array, which computes the length of my array, right. So for this particular thing, you know that I will get the length of the array, it will iterate till the length of my array. So length will be 3. Why? Because you have how many elements in my array? You have 3 elements, right. So the length of array will be 3. So I am writing I less than 3. So starting the index from 0 till when it will iterate, till index 2 it will iterate. So how much it will iterate? It will iterate from 0, 1 and 2, right. So all the elements of the array will be covered, and then the last is increment of the operator, that is I plus plus. So this loop will first go to the first index, sorry, 0th index, it will fetch what? Suno, right. And then I am writing inside this, you can see I have written document.write empi, right. So I, when the loop is at the first, that is 0th position, what will be stored in I? Basically it will have Suno, right. So empi, that is emp0, emp0 have Suno. So Suno will be displayed. Then increment of I will take place. Then second, in the second loop, it will go to the first index, Vimal will be displayed, and in the third thing it will go to Ratan, right. So emp2, after emp2 it will stop. Why? Because emp dot length is basically fetching you 3, and I have written I less than 3. So it will not again iterate, it will stop over there, and I will have in output Sunu, Vimal and Ratan, right. So this is the first method, that is JavaScript array literal. The second method is if you want to use a JavaScript array directly using the new keyword. So here you can see that if you want to use an array constructor which is an inbuilt constructor, you can use this. You have to write var keyword, you have to write array name, and is equal to new keyword you have to use along with the array method, right. So here the new keyword is used to create instance of this array. So let us see an example. Here also you can see an example, that first I have written var I. You can skip this var I if you want, right. I have already told you, you don't need to declare the variable, but here I have declared the variable, it is okay to declare. The next thing I have done is var emp is equal to new array, right. So I have used an inbuilt constructor array along with the new keyword. Now how to assign the values? If I am assigning the values to this emp, you know that you have to start with index 0, right. So emp0 is equal to Arun, emp1 is equal to Varun, emp2 is equal to John. So how many values I have inserted? 3 values. Starting from 0th index, how many index will be there? 0, 1 and 2 index will this particular values be assigned. Again, if I want to iterate and get the values displayed on my web page, I am using the for loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than emp dot length, I plus plus, again the same syntax, document dot write emp I. Plus, you can see over here that, ma'am, what is this plus, and then you have written br tag. You can concate this HTML tag to this particular JavaScript syntax. So if you want a line break, right, so if you want this all names to be displayed on different line on your web page, you can concate this br along with the value. Plus is for concatenation, br is for the line break. So I have concatenated an HTML tag along with my JavaScript syntax. That is also one of the speciality of JavaScript, right. The third method to create an array is again using an array constructor using new keyword, but instead of assigning single values to the index, I have returned the values in the parameters only, right. I have passed the values in the parameters. So here you can see that where emp, again emp is the array name, is equal to new keyword I have used, Array constructor I have used, and inside the parameters I have passed comma separated values. So here this Jai will be taking 0th index, Vijay will be taking 1 index, and Smith will be taking 2 index. Also you can display this on your web page, right? So let us run the program of JavaScript array and try to understand. So here you can see that I have an HTML, I have the body, and I have written script inside this HTML. Now inside this script tag, what have I written? I have written the first type of syntax where EMP, and this is literal syntax, right? So square bracket, Shruti, Dhruvi and Munira. These are the names that I have written comma separated in a square bracket. For I is equal to 0, I less than EMP dot length. Length will be again 3, right? So it will iterate I less than 3, I plus plus, document dot write EMP I. So EMP 0, EMP 1 and EMP 1 plus, this is for concatenation, and in double quotation what I have concatenated, BR for the line break, and then semicolon and curly braces, right? Now let us try to run this code in a browser and see what is the output. The output is Shruti, Dhruvi and Munira, right? Why? Because the values are Shruti, Dhruvi and Munira, right? Now you can see that this are in comment. If you want to give comment, this is a multi-line comment that you can give in JavaScript, slash and then star, star and slash, right? Now I am uncommenting it. So these are the other two methods that we have already seen. The second method where EMP is equal to new array, and here I have assigned individual values to index. So this is EMP, which is of array type variable. So it can be accessed using index. So EMP 0 is equal to Jai, EMP 1 is equal to Janice and EMP 2 is equal to Bhargav. So using new keyword and array constructor, I have assigned values individually. That also I have displayed it on the output. For I is equal to 0, I less than EMP dot length, I plus plus, document dot write EMP I. Similarly, the last type of array you can see over here is when you are passing the values inside this array constructor itself, right? So where EMP is equal to new array, I am passing Shivangi, Vishal and Kinjal inside the array constructor parameters. So Shivangi will be taking 0th index, Vishal will be taking 1 index and Kinjal will be taking 2 index. Again I have displayed the values using the for loop and the same syntax. Now let us see what is the output. You just need to reload it. So here you can see the first array is displaying Shruti, Dhruvi, Munira. The second is displaying Jai, Janesh, Bhargav, and the third is displaying Shivangi, Vishal and Kinjal. So you can see over here, this is the output that I am getting from this 3 array syntax, right? So I hope now array syntax is clear. You can use any of the method of your choice, right? But now let us continue with some of the array methods that are used in JavaScript. The first array method is if you want to merge or if you want to concatenate two arrays, 2 or more arrays, you can use this syntax. So here you can see you have one array my girls and you have second array my boys. In my girls you have 2 values and in my boys you have 3 values which are assigned. If you want to merge both these arrays and you want to create another array, here I have written my children. The method is you have to write, for example, if you want to concatenate my boys into my girls, I have written my girls dot concate is the method name, and inside concate you have to specify the array which you want to merge, right? So as soon as you write my girls dot concate, inside you write my boys, a new array will be created, that is my children, and all the values will be concatenated. The first 2 values of my girls and the second 3 values of the my boys will all together have 5 values in my children. So what will be the output? This is the output. As you can see, the concate method is used to merge the arrays. So the final output will have, this my children will have 5 values. Okay, so this was the first method in array. The second method in array is slicing an array. If I want to cut the array, So here you can see that I have one array declared whose name is fruits. Inside that I have 5 values: banana, orange, lemon, apple and mango. I have used this method slice, right? So I have created another variable citrus. I want to slice a value. So here you can see that I have written fruits, that is the array I have accessed, dot which method I have accessed slice, and inside slice I have passed a numeric value 1. Now what will happen, as soon as you pass numeric value, that particular you can say your array, that is the third array, citrus array, will start from that index, right? So all the values previous to this index will be cut. So banana is on 0th index. Now what is starting from first index? Yes, orange is starting from first index. So first banana will be sliced and the output will start from orange, that is orange, lemon, apple and mango, right? The next is index of method in array. Now whenever you want to find some strings index, that if you have a long string and if you want to find that a particular word is starting from which index, you can use index of. So here you can see I have a string hello world, comma, welcome to the universe, and I want to find that this welcome word is starting from which index. What I need to do, I need to access this array using its variable. The variable name is str, the method name is dot index of. Inside that I have to pass the whole word, that is welcome. So now you can count that from where the welcome is starting, right? So it will be started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the output will be 13, right? Because welcome is starting from which index? 13th index it is starting. So the value that will be stored in n will be 13, right? So the next is reverse method in array. Now many times if you want to reverse the whole array, so for example if you have this array fruits, banana, orange, apple and mango, the index is starting from 0 and banana is assigned 0th index, mango is assigned index number 3. If you call this method reverse on this particular array, that is fruit dot reverse, if you write this, what happens, what will be the output? The output will be, if you click on this try it button, the output will be your whole array will be reversed. So you will have a new array generated in which you have mango at 0th position and banana at 3rd position. That is, you are reversing the values. The next method in array is sort method. So many a times it is a necessity that you sort the array alphabetically. So here you can see that I have again this fruits, banana, orange, apple and mango, which are unsorted alphabetically, or it is also used for numbers as well. Fruits dot sort, this basically, if you call this array method sort on any array, it will sort the output. So here if I click on the try it button, what will be the output? My array will be sorted alphabetically. So instead of banana, orange, apple and mango, I will get apple, banana, mango and orange, right? So these are some of the methods that are used in array. There are many methods which are used in array. You can go through all the methods on your own because there are many methods, right? So try these methods on your own and try to create different programs using this array methods, right? So this was all about the syntax of array and some of the methods that are used along with array, and this was all about today's lecture. Thank you.